Hello, bonjour, and what's up? And welcome to the quiz. I'm Chaz Bass, and I'll be your host for tonight. How's everyone out there in the internet land? It's good to see y'all. We got 7 rounds of pub quiz fun for you. 5 rounds read by me, 2 rounds featuring media. Anyway, once we know that, we will get into round number 1 of the quiz. All right, round number 1 are called the Emmys because the answers to these questions about Emmy winning TV shows all begin with the letters M and E. Alrighty, folks, starting with question number 1. Bill Nye fired a stone into a box of flour to show how space rocks can wreck the Earth in a Science Guy episode titled Comets and What? Oh, I like a good Bloody Mary mix. Ooh, I haven't had a Bloody Mary in a long time. I guess that means I haven't gone to brunch in a long time. I need to go to brunch. Or maybe I need to host brunch. I don't know. I feel like I need some waffles or like eggs Benedict. What about like a waffle eggs Benedict? Ooh. Maybe. Anywho, moving on to question number 2. In a stirring tribute performance of We Are the Champions ends James Rogan's BBC documentary about the life of Freddie Who. Oh, salmon scramble sounds really good. And that's the thing about salmon too. Like, I like steelhead trout a little bit more than salmon, but I know like whenever I cook salmon, especially in the air fryer, like I got to get it just right, or else it can be, like really tough. And maybe just having it like maybe for something like that, I would cook it just a little bit under, so then it would like cook a little bit more once it got mixed in with the salmon. But I swear, like the last time I had like a salmon scramble, somebody made like a sort of like parsley and dill creme fraiche to like put into it and then like scramble it that way. I don't know. Salmon tastes best from the office microwave. Salmon's one of those like weird fish that like doesn't reheat as fishy as other ones. I feel like whitefish are like the ones you don't heat up in the microwave, but like salmon for some reason not so much. I don't know. Maybe that's just my experience. Maybe my nose sucks. Anyway, I hope for question number 3 their nose doesn't suck, because in a key scene from the episode 5 of The Bear, Sydney and Carm discuss a new menu while Sydney thumps a chicken breast with what tool? Salmon. Did I say that? Good lord. I live in the Pacific Northwest. I should never. Yeah, but salmon fish skin is really good. Like, salmon rusty. I love it. Yeah, that reminds me, I actually haven't had catfish in a while, and I usually like catfish as well too. But I did tell myself, like, I was in the store because I wanted to make let me see, double-decker tacos, since Taco Bell doesn't sell them anymore. But war-torn BMW braid egging stream. I know, right? Like, with all them frogs, man, it feels like the plague's all over again. Like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do with the dancing frogs? I don't know. But anyway, I can start with Boogie on Bouncing 2. Question number 4. To keep things authentic, Breaking Bad production designer Rob Wilson King befriended some real dealers of what drug? If only. My apartment's on fire. It would be more likely to be on fire due to wildfires than it would be to like riots. Like that's all I gotta say. Like, we are in quote unquote wildfire season, like, which is like, why is that even a season? Like I get why it's a season, but you know what I mean, right? I'm just complaining. It's just Pacific Northwest stuff. Make sure you get your mask. You go outside. It's all like, is somebody's chimney going, or is that just campfire? I don't know. Rides and F-18s doing poop bombing runs. I mean, for as much that we have the Blue Angels that come every other year, those might as well be doing poop bombing runs. Anyway, I kid. I digress. Let's head on over to question number 5. Along with his Oscar and Tonys for the producers, what 99-year-old man won 3 straight Guest Actor Emmys for Mad About You? Like, yeah, like the Blue Angels, because there's always Fleet Week where all of the naval folks come into town and you can see them dressed to the nines, just like getting drunk in downtown Seattle and in the area. And I do like, oh God, Seafair. That's what it is. Seafair weekend. Seafair weekend is a really good time to be in the city, except for those damn Blue Angels, right? Like protect your pets because you just hear vroom, vroom. Getting drunk, flying jets like you do. You know what? Maybe like at home with Microsoft Flight Simulator. Anyway, let's fly into question number 6. Season 1 of The Pit dealt with a potential outbreak of what blistery childhood disease that's sadly making a comeback? Evening, Numi. How's it going? SecDef has entered the chat. I know other flight simulators are available. I mean, I don't know. It was either that or Pilot Wings. Like, oh man, that makes me think like my friends and I, we should have came up with a drinking game for Star Fox 64, where if you got hit, you gotta you gotta take a shot or something. Not get hit, but like go down like. There we go. Getting hit would be like you would take 2. You would just be drunk in like 5 minutes if that happened. Drink every time your team tells you to barrel. Oh goodness gracious. Well, let's move along to our penultimate question of round number 1. Question number 7. Shows about talking to ghosts are rarely well done, but Patricia Arquette won an Emmy in 2005 for starring in what NBC drama? Right, I still remember every time this comes up. I just remember Game Theory saying like, "You're not doing a barrel roll, you're doing an Alarian roll. A barrel roll is this." And I forget the difference, but you know, that's just like push up nerdy right there. So unless you're Donkey Kong, like, so you know what would have been funny in like Donkey Kong or Diddy Kong Racing, where you have the like biplanes you can ride or drive or fly, pilot, I guess is the word I'm looking for. It'd be funny if you could do a barrel roll in that game, which I think you can, but I haven't played it, so I don't know. That Diddy actually sent out barrels. All right, so is that a dig at the Ghost US UK? I don't know. I was wondering that too. I was like, I don't know, like Rachel McElvers, like first she's a zombie, now she's around ghosts, like, but she was a Power Ranger as well too, so you know. I don't know. Anyway, well, let's move along to your final question, not counting the bonus of round number 1. Question number 8. At this year's Emmys, Ruth Buzzy, Malcolm Jamal Warner, and Ozzy Osbourne were all featured in the In What segment. Anyway, let's get into your first of 5 bonus questions tonight. Over 60 years before The Simpsons, a Yiddish American dictionary was the first known use of what short expression of indifference or boredom? Your bonus question one more time. Over 60 years before The Simpsons, a Yiddish American dictionary was the first known use of what short expression of indifference or boredom? All right, it looks like we got a lot of answers coming out the pipeline. So let's get into your answers for round number 1, the Emmys. Question number 1, once again, Bill Nye fired a stone into a box of flour to show how space rocks can wreck the Earth in a Science Guide episode titled Comets and Meteors. Question number 2, a stirring tribute performance of We Are the Champions ends James Rogan's BBC documentary about the life of Freddie Mercury. We're watching number 3. In a key scene from episode 5 of The Bear, Sydney and Carm discuss a new menu while Sydney thumps a chicken breast with what tool? That's a meat tenderizer. We're watching number 4. To keep things authentic, Breaking Bad production designer Rob Wilson King befriended some real dealers of meth. We'll watch number 5. Along with his Oscar and Tonys for the producers, the 99-year-old man who won 3 straight Guest Actor Emmys for Man About You is Mel Brooks. Or go watch number 6. Season 1 of The Pit dealt with a potential outbreak of measles that's sadly making a comeback. Watch number 7. Shows about talking to ghosts are rarely well done, but Patricia Arquette won an Emmy in 2005 for starring in Medium. Finally, question number 8. At this year's Emmys, Ruth Buzzy, Malcolm Jamal Warner, and Ozzy Osbourne were all featured in the memorandum or memoriam. Sorry, god damn it. Segment. All right, that does it for all of the answers except for the bonus. Let's head on back to that. Over 60 years before The Simpsons, a Yiddish American dictionary was the first known use of the expression meh. We're going to head into round number 3 called Early Mid-Afternoon of the Living Dead. For each answer, you'll choose if the correct answer contains night, dawn, or day. If you don't have anything, if you have anything other than those 3, then it's automatically wrong. So let's get into question number 1. Some adorable little ducklings called Jennifer Hudson, Jennifer Sudson, in a 2024 ad for what brand? I am just catching up on the chat. Looks like some folks went to Ireland. I hope that was fun. I've been thinking about going to Portland for Thanksgiving. I don't know yet. Feel like I have the itch to play some pinball and go to that big pinball arcade they have out there. But we'll see. All right, let's move on over to question number 2. What filmmaker directed himself to acting Razzie for 2006's Lady in the Water? But in the wars. Yo. You are. Oh, goodness gracious. I mean, I was just in Portland over Memorial Day weekend, pre-war zone. Well, he was always calling Portland a war zone, right? Like, we had the Chaz, right? Right? Like, the Capitol Hill demilitarized zone. Like, that's not Chaz. Like, no, the Chop. Well, the Chop Chaz. Like, that, you know what? Somebody should have made that, like, a sandwich in Seattle called the Chop Chaz. Like, it'd be like a chopped cheese, but some other stuff to make it Chaz worthy. I don't know. Maybe a chopped cheese on the top of a Seattle dog. Now I'm just thinking like a fat person. But you know what doesn't think like a fat person? Question number 3. Painted Black and Goo Goo Mugga are on the season 1 soundtrack of what Netflix series? I don't know. I have a friend who lives down there, and I ask him about it, and he's like, "It's fine. Like, it's not. Of course, it's not a war zone. Of course, it's not a war zone. Sorry, I'm doing that thing where I know somebody's not saying that literally, but I take it that way. Must be the autism. Anyway, moving on to question number 4. Patrick Swayze suffered permanent nerve damage from frostbite while filming what 1984 film in the Rocky Mountains? It's not just explosions in the background. Oh man. Like, I mean, I've lived here for actually 17 years now, so it's like, if it gets bad, I don't know. I don't know. We got a whole mountain between us and like the 45, 47. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Anyway, moving on to cool question number 5 over round number 3. Early mid afternoon of the Living Dead. Founded in 1946, what company proudly calls itself the world's largest manufacturer of fluorescent pigments? I did. Like, actually, funny enough, one of the first movies I ever saw moving here was about the WTO riots. And what I thought was funny is they had this like one not establishing shot. It was like a panning shot that was supposed to show an empty street like after the aftermath of it. And because I lived in Vancouver, BC, and I know there's a lot of places that were filmed up there, I saw that street. I'm like, that's not Seattle. That's Vancouver, BC. Like, what are you doing? But I know that's Vancouver's jam, just doubling it as all sorts of different places. That's also what would crack me up watching anything like on the CW DC universe shows. I'm like, I know that library. Like you can't tell me that's Central City. Right? Anyway, moving on to question number 6. Fools and Mortals and the Fairy Queen are adaptations of what Shakespeare play? Wait. Albuquerque has a place called the War Zone? That's wild. Oh my gosh.
Well, it's the International District now, but we all still call it that.
We also have an international district. It's called the International District Chinatown. I don't know why. It's both. But anyway, move along to your penultimate question of round number 3. Question number 7. An airport named for the Wright brothers is a few miles away from the house where they grew up. In what Midwest city? Yeah. Oh gosh. Oh yeah. Has anybody out there have read or is currently reading any of the Dungeon Crawler Carl books? I'm on book 6 and I started it like 3 weeks ago and I'm obsessed. Even if I do think like each floor is a bit formulaic, I still like it. I'm still into it. Anyway. Oh yeah, no. I've been doing the audiobook versions and then that's why I'm obsessed with it. Like yeah, okay, I digress. I'll continue after question number 8. Straight up, which George Romero zombie film takes place in a giant shopping mall? I know one man doing all the voices is crazy. Okay, like in the first books, like I was like, what? But like in the later books, I'm like, okay, you can change your tone, but you can't change your intonation. So I still know it's you, right? Which like call back to like the Flash. I was like, you know what? If you listened really closely, even though you're doing that warbly thing with your voice, Barry, I can still hear your intonation. Like if you listen long enough, you know, oh, that's you, right? Like, but yeah, no, it's crazy. The fact that he goes from like Carl, the Princess Donut, to like all the other people. I don't want to spoil anything. It's wild. I am. All right, we're done with question number 8. So let's get into your bonus questions. According to the lore of It's Always Sunny, Charlie Day's character, the Dayman, is the fighter of the what man? Your bonus question one more time. According to the lore, It's Always Sunny, Charlie Day's character, the Dayman, is the fighter of the what man? All right, let's go to the answers for round number 3. Early mid-afternoon of the Living Dead. Question number 1. Some adorable little ducklings called Jennifer Hudson and Jennifer Sudson in a 2024 ad for Dawn, as in the Dawn dish soap. Question number 2. The filmmaker that directed himself into a acting Razzie for 2006, A Lady in the Water, is M. Night Shyamalan. So that's Night. For question number 3, Painted Black and Goo Goo Muck are in the season 1 soundtrack of the hit Netflix series Wednesday. So that's Day. Question number 5, founded in 1946, the company that proudly calls itself the world's largest manufacturer of fluorescent pigments is Dayglow. So that'd be Day. Oh, oh, oops. Skill number 4, my bad, y'all. Patrick Swayze suffered permanent nerve damage from frostbite while filming Red Dawn. So that would be Dawn. And then question number 5, the company that proudly calls itself the world's largest manufacturer of fluorescent pigments is Dayglow. So that would be Day. Question number 6, Fools and Mortals and the Fairy Queen are adaptations of the Shakespeare play A Midsummer Night's Dream. So that'd be Night. For question number 7, an airport named for the Wright brothers is a few miles away from the house they grew up in the Midwest city of Dayton, Ohio. So that'd be Day. And lastly, the straight up George Romero zombie film that takes place in a giant shopping mall is Dawn of the Dead. So that'd be Dawn. And once again, your bonus question. According to the lore of It's Always Sunny, Charlie Day's character, the Dayman, is the fighter of the Nightman. Moving on into round number 4, a round that's close to my heart. A round called Short Kings and Queens, a round on diminutive world leaders. Okay, I'm not a world leader, I'm just short. Anyway. Moving on to question number 1. Known affectionately as Le Piet Capora, what 19th century emperor was actually a then average 5'6"? Nobly George Romero in Dead Rising setting. I think that was the other way around, wasn't it? Like, Dead Rising was my shit, though. Like, I really liked Dead Rising. I kind of want to revisit that game. I wonder if they like re-released. I think they re-released it on like some of the newer systems or whatever. But Dead Rising was like my jam when I first played it. Oh yeah, but Dungeon Crawler Carl, like I'm almost at the end of book 6, and I'm gonna get book 7 as soon. Oh, they did a full remake. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna get book 7 as soon as I'm done with book 6. And I do like it's. I have weird feelings about like how formulaic it is, especially like books 4, 5, 6. Like I'm like, all right, I know we're gonna have like a huge action set piece at the end of this, but you're always making me like anticipate it. Like, anyway, I digress. Let's move along to question number 2. Though his height was a closely guarded secret, it's certain that what North Korean leader wore platform shoes before he died in 2011. Just remember, DCC is not a comedy. It's a horror. Oh, goodness. Yeah, you know what? Speaking of horror things, I will definitely say in Hollow Knight Silk Song, there wasn't any area in the game that literally gave me the heebie-jeebies the way Deep Nest did. like, like it was like, were there creepy parts? Sure. Were there unnerving parts? Sure. But the heebie-jeebies? Nah. All right, moving on to question number 3. Having 6-foot Arquette Ana play 5'4" James Madison isn't even the biggest inaccuracy of what musical that just turned 10. But hey, I mean, like that's what happens when you're the winners, right? You get to make the rules. He can be as tall as he wants. Like who? Like Hugh Jackman plays a Wolverine, so you know. what can you do? Like, he's not short and stocky, like as you thought, but he plays Wolverine. So, anyway, moving on to question number 4. Until Elizabeth II broke her record, England's longest reign ironically belonged to what 4'11" monarch? Yeah, Short King Wolverine was the best joke in Deadpool and Wolverine. although it might be second to hearing Flame On instead of Avengers Assemble. Like, because I actually thought that Chris Evans did a really good job as Johnny Storm in those. Like, I enjoyed those movies. I mean, I'm not very critical of movies though, so I can understand why people didn't like them. All right, moving on to question number 5. 4'6" Benito Juarez was running Mexico when they crushed the invading French at the Battle of Puebla on what day in 1862? Right? It's like you don't think of Johnny Storm as a New Yorker, but he really played up Johnny Storm being a New Yorker in that post-credit scene. Like, I don't even know if like Johnny Storm's technically originally from New York, so like maybe that's why. I don't know. I don't know enough about the Fantastic Four like lore to know. Just like what I've seen in the cartoons and the movies and such. Alrighty, moving on to question number 6. Nobody knows Cleopatra's exact height, but being short would help explain the famous story about smuggling herself to what balding lover in a rug? Oh, nice. Yeah, I wonder how Chris Evans feels about like it's so funny. Like first, why does Chris Evans get casted as people who are traditionally blonde, like in both of those instances? But it's also funny how like I guess pre MCU Marvel movies all came back for that, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe they did this. It's so good. All right, let's go into your penultimate question of round number 4. Question number 7. Last year, a journalist who knocked the height of Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni got hit with a €5,000 fine by a court in what country? Oh yeah, he was bleach blonde in the Losers too. It's like I I like Chris Evans being blonde would be weird to me. So I'm okay that they didn't like care that he didn't have the traditional hair color of Johnny Storm or Steve Rogers. I just find it funny that he played 2 Marvel heroes that did that and is like, yeah, no, you can do this. All right, moving on to question number 8, your final question of round number 4. He's likely modeled on ex Disney CEO Michael Eisner and possibly named for a big open space on the Notre Dame campus. Who's that tiny Shrek villain? And now that we've done the regular questions, we've got your third bonus question of the night. Eileen Norman champions rights for folks under 4'10" as president of the LPA, the what of America. One more time, Eileen Norman champions rights for folks under 4'10" as president of the LPA, the what of America. It looks like we got some correct answers coming down the pipeline. So let's boogie on balance back to your answers to round number 4, short kings and queens. We'll on to number 1, known affectionately as Le Petit Capro. The 19th century emperor, who was actually a then average of 5'6", is Napoleon Bonaparte. Question number 2. Though his height was a closely guarded secret, it's certain that Kim Jong-il wore platform shoes before he died in 2011. Or question number 3. Having a 6-foot Orkete Otoan play 5'4" James Madison isn't even the biggest inaccuracy in the musical Hamilton. Question number 4. Until Elizabeth II broke her record, England's longest reign ironically belonged to Queen Victoria. For question number 5, 4'6" Benito Juarez was running Mexico when they crushed the invading French at the Battle of Puebla on Cinco de Mayo. For question number 6, nobody knows Cleopatra's exact height, but being short would help explain the famous story about smuggling herself to Julius Caesar. For question number 7, last year, a journalist who knocked the height of the Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni got hit with a €5,000 fine by Italy. And question number 8, he is likely modeled after ex-Disney CEO Michael Eisner and possibly named for a big open space on the Notre Dame campus. The tiny Shrek villain is Lord Farquaad. Because it sounds like Farquaad, but it's probably more of a pun on fuckwad. All right, that does it for your regular questions. Back to the bonus. Eileen Norman champions rights for folks under 4'10" as president of the LPA, the Little People of America. We're going to boogie on bounce over to your second and final media round of the night, the video round. The Haunted House of Gucci.
guys were infected.
line.
I don't think these guys were infected.
Whatever happened, my lord?
I don't have armor. Torso apparition.
And we're back with your round 5 answers for the haunted house of Gucci. All right, for question 1, that is Us. Oh man, that's creepy. That's wild. Oh wow. Number 2, this is The Last of Us, and I want to know. For number 3, that is Poltergeist. Number 4 is a Fallout. Number 5 is Five Nights at Freddy's, or FNAF if you're nasty. Number 6 is The Black Phone. Number 7 is Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And number 8 is Ghostbusters. Alrighty, folks, let's head on over to your penultimate round of this quiz, round number 6, the IT count. It's time for initial twinsies. I'll give you 2 clues where the answer are people with the same initials, 1 point per correct answer, and we need first and last names for everyone. So for question number 1, the first U.S. president to die in the 21st century, and the Sundance Film Festival founder who died a month ago. The first one technically died. Oh, goodness gracious. Alrighty, moving on to question number 2. The universally loved singer who wrote My Tennessee Mountain Home, and the Roaring Twenties snark queen who wrote Brevity is the Soul of Lingerie. Let me see. What else Let me see. Oh, anybody excited for the Dispatch that comes out Wednesday? Yeah, it comes out Wednesday. I know. I think like, yeah, I'm excited for that game. Even though I have too many games to play. Right? Oh my god, I'm so excited. Like I'm gonna be commuting to work soon, so I decided that Pokemon Legends ZA is gonna be my commuting game, but the Dispatch is gonna be the game I come home to. So, oh, Final Fantasy Tactics! Like I've replayed that game so many times. I've bought it on PS1, PSP, and I forget, was there a third system I bought it for? So like I'll probably get it eventually, but I was like, I don't need to replay this game for like the fourth time on another system. Like that's just too much. Oh wow. You know what? I was working from home for a while, but I'm actually kind of excited to go back into an office, even though my commute by bus is long. But it's okay. I tried it this morning, and it's probably gonna work out. Because I also have to be to work like really early. That means I need to wake up early, which is new for me. Anyway, we'll live. Moving on to question number 3. The mathematician who said, I think, therefore I am, and the actress who thinks up a little battle plans as the title character on Ashoka. If they ever do an Earthbound, I will be the first one in line too. Oh my god, Earthbound remaster. Oh, you couldn't even. Oh, damn. 2 hours each way is rough. Mine is in the morning because I'm like getting on the bus super early. It's in like an hour and a half, but during rush hour, it's going to be crazy. I don't know about that yet. We'll see what happens. Chrono Trigger HD 2D would be so good too. Oh my god. I mean, and I need to replay through Chrono Trigger again. Like maybe I do like we don't really get a winter break though. So but like maybe like those 2 days or 3 days we have off around Christmas, I'll probably do that. Anyway, moving on to question number 4 of round 6, the IT crowd. The Las Vegas Ace on the cover of NBA 2K25 and the troubled British singer who charted with her 2007 cover of Valerie. Yeah, because I think after the Dispatch, I don't know if there's any other games that I'm really anticipating. Like when I saw Final Fantasy Tactics, I was like excited for it, and then, but then I wonder. Well, I guess they didn't really change the game, so if I just go into like regular battles and then beat down all the enemies to the point where they start running from you, and then you just start attacking each other so you can grind heavy. I wonder if they still allowed that. Ooh, Breath of Fire. You know, I love Breath of Fire 3 and 4. Right? Oh, what? Yokozuna 0, Yokozuna 1 and 2. God damn, there's too many things. There's too many things going on. Like, sorry, too many games coming out. Oh my gosh. Alrighty, moving on to question number 5. The actor who hunted down the truth as Scully on the X-Files and the Nepo baby who had a 2024 top 10 hit with That's So True. Oh, you're doing a Let's Play of Breath of Fire 4? Oh my god, it is the, sorry, 3 Roads Gaming your YouTube channel? Because I will check that out because Breath of Fire 4 is my favorite of all the Breath of Fires. So, oh my god, I need to re-experience that game too. Too many games. Anyway, moving on to question number 6. The Mariners catcher known as the Big Dumper and the big soccer star who wears number 7 on the Portuguese national team. Ooh, 1027. Ooh, my first day on the new job, so maybe I'll have to like throw that in the background. The Big Dumper. Yeah, I haven't like heard anything about the game yet. I'm gonna check it after I get off of here. I just dumped her. Oh my god. All right, moving on to your penultimate question of this penultimate round. Question number 7. The legendary composer who led the New York Philharmonic from 1958 to 1969, and the Russian who led the USSR from 1964 and to 1982. And finally, question number 8. The American who played Princess Diana in Spencer, and the labor leader who's the Prime Minister of the UK in real life. And with all the questions done from round 6, the IT crowd will go to your penultimate bonus question on tonight's quiz. Really showing her range, 6-year-old Willow Smith played Will Smith's pre-apocalypse daughter in what 2007 film? Once again, really showing her range, 6-year-old Willow Smith played Will Smith's pre-apocalypse daughter in what 2007 film? All right, it looks like we got some answers coming down the pipeline. So let's go over your answers for round number 6, the IT crowd. Question number 1. The first U.S. president to die in the 21st century is Ronald Reagan, and the Sundance Film Festival founder who died a month ago is Robert Redford. For question number 2, the universally loved singer who wrote My Tennessee Mountain Home, which is Dolly Parton, and the Roaring Twenties snark queen who wrote Brevity is the Soul of Lingerie is Dorothy Parker. Question number 3, the mathematician who said I think, therefore I am, and the actress who thinks up battle plans as the title character on Ahsoka is Renee Descartes, and Rosario Dawson. For question number 4, the Las Vegas ace on the cover of NBA 2K25 is Aja Wilson, and the troubled British singer who charted with her 2007 cover of Valerie is Amy Winehouse. For question number 5, the actor who hunted down the truth as Scully on the X-Files is Gillian Anderson, and the Nepo baby who had a 2024 top 10 hit with That's So True, that is Gracie Abrams. For question number 6, the Mariners catcher known as the Big Dumper, that's Cal Riley, and the big soccer star who wears number 7 on the Portuguese national team, that's Cristiano Ronaldo. Question number 7, the legendary composer who led the New York Philharmonic from 1958 to 1969 is Leonard Bernstein. And the Russian who led the USSR from 1964 to 1982 is Leonid Brezhnev. For question number 8, the American who played Princess Diana in Spencer, that is Kristen Stewart. And the labor leader who's the Prime Minister of the UK in real life, that's Keir Starmer. And that does it for all the answers, so let's boogie on bounce back to your bonus question. Really showing her range, as 6-year-old Willow Smith played Will Smith's pre-apocalypse daughter in I Am Legend.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
All right, let me stop dancing to it. You know it, you love it. It's the final round of random knowledge where questions can be words of 1 through 4 points. A good rule of thumb to follow are that even numbered questions are worth 2 through 4 and odd numbered questions are worth 1. So with question number 1, the outlines of 2 U.S. states were intentionally combined to create the shape of what NFL team's logo? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I started. Oh, that's it. I forgot the other game that I started playing, which I needed to put down because I realized it was becoming way too compelling. Was Blueprints. Although I still want to play some more Blueprints because it's too much. There's so much to discover. So much to discover. I'm obsessed. But yeah, so I got 3 games that I'm playing, and then I'm gonna. No. Well, 2 games, and then the third one once the dispatch comes out in 2 days. I'm excited. But subpar to Purple Prince. Oh gosh. Moving on to question number 2. 2 boreal points in order. Canceled in 1995. What fish out of water show is set in Sicily, Alaska? For your second point, canceled a couple of weeks ago, what animated sitcom was set in Lone Moose, Alaska? Cyan, magenta, and yellow princesses are technically more accurate. Oh my god. RGB or CMYK? Which one do you use? I know you're supposed to use one for like online stuff and one for printing, but I forget which is which. Anyway, you know it's that time of year, and maybe you haven't gotten your costume yet, but maybe question number 3 will help you out with that. Now, possessing a strip mall near you, what retail chain anagrams to a wholesaler in Pitt? Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do 2 Halloween parties this year. I know I'm going to go to one. I'm just going to rehash my Speed Racer costume. Although I need to redo the G, but I still have a bunch of like felt things for it. So I think we should be good there. Alrighty, folks, moving on to question number 4. 3 points and the order count. What continents are they native to? Your first being emperor penguins. Your second being meerkats. Lastly, yaks. All right, folks, moving on to question number 5. Guillaume V recently succeeded his dad to become the Grand Duke of what tiny Euro nation that is a Grand Duchy? Ooh, I wonder, let's see. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I wonder who would import it. Like, yak butter doesn't sound like something I would want to try too. Like the other day, not the other day, today I was at the store and I saw that they had these like sourdough pretzel rolls, and I was like, you know what? What if I put a cheesesteak in that with some cheese whiz? Because I mean, I like how pretzels taste with like the cheese sauce. And even though cheesesteaks with cheese whiz is a little pedestrian, I like it too. Although I'm probably just gonna have to like not go anywhere that day whenever I make that. But I got the stuff for it, so I'm gonna try making it maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, probably Wednesday, because I don't think I'm going anywhere I do have like a meeting on Wednesday, like middle of the day, but other than that, it's just gonna be dispatch all day, all day. Alrighty, moving on to question number 6, worth 3 football points, and the order counts here as well. For point number 1, according to a famous poem by William Butler Yeats, the what cannot hold. For your second point, the Pope is protected by the Swiss what? And finally, an assembly of pulleys threaded by a rope is a block and what? Like, so I wonder, is yak milk just the dispatch is episodic? What? What? No fucking way. What is episodic? Oh. Like, I mean, the fact that it's dropping weekly is freaking cool. Like, I mean, no, yeah, that's true. Like, I guess the last episodic, like, Telltale style, point and click adventure game I played was, Life is Strange 2. Like, I know the Life is Strange, like, the next 2 ones that came out were also episodic, but just like, they're all released at the same time. Like, wow, this is crazy. What? You mean I gotta anticipate it like I'm watching TV? Like, what? Oh my god. That's freaking cool. Wait, The Expanse had a game? What? I'm so out of it. Anyway, moving on to question number 7. Extremely similar to Pong, but made 14 years earlier. One of the first video games was 1958's What Sport for 2? Oh crap! Oh wow! Okay, I've been lunching. There's too many games. There's too many games. Like, I haven't actually seen all of The Expanse. I just know about it from like watching like recaps and everything. But it sounds like give me like space intrigue, or I think somebody called it Game of Thrones in space, right? So, and I love anything that, you know, says look at what capitalism does when like and puts all these people being poor. So it's like, so yeah. So yeah, hey, I got more games to check out. Too many games to play. Alrighty, and finally, your final question on tonight's quiz, not counting the bonus. For 4 points, and the order counts as here as well. Tell me, did they lose an arm, a leg, or both? For point number 1, Bucky Barnes in Captain America. For your second point, Hiccup in the original How to Train Your Dragon film. For your third point, Maddie Ross, the little girl in True Grit. And finally, the Black Knight in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. All right, that does it with all the questions for the final round. So let's get into the bonus question, your final one of the night. Your bonus is the following. A recent tech trend has brought millions of dollars to the tiny island of Anguilla, which owns the web domain .what? Your bonus question one more time. A recent tech trend has brought millions of dollars to the tiny island of Anguilla, which owns the web domain .what? And it looks like we've got some answers coming down the pipeline, so let's go over your answers to the final round of random knowledge. All right, question number 1. The outlines of 2 U.S. states are intentionally combined to create the shape of what NFL team's logo? That would be the Carolina Panthers. For question number 2 for 2 Boreal points. Canceled in 1995, the fish out of water show that is set in Sicily, Alaska is Northern Exposure. And canceled a couple weeks ago, the animated sitcom that was set in Lone Moose, Alaska is The Great North. For question number 3, now possessing a strip mall near you, the retail chain that anagrams to a wholesaler in Pitt is Spirit Halloween. Question number 4 for 3 points. What continent are they native to? Emperor penguins, that's Antarctica. Meerkats, that's Africa. And yaks, that's Asia. Soon to be Spirit Christmas. Moving on to question number 5. Guillaume V recently succeeded his dad to be the Grand Duke of what tiny Euro nation? That is a Grand Duchy. That'd be Luxembourg. For question number 6, 3 football points. According to a famous poem by William Butler Yeats, the center cannot hold. The Pope is protected by the Swiss Guard. And an assembly of police threaded by a rope and block is a block and tackle. Moving on to question number 7. Extremely similar to Pong, but made 12 years earlier. One of the first video games was 1958's Tennis for Two. And finally, question number 8. For 4 points, you told me, did they lose an arm, a leg, or both? Bucky Barnes in the Captain America films, he lost an arm. Hiccup in the original How to Train Your Dragon, he lost a leg. Maddie Ross, the little girl in True Grit, that is an arm. And finally, the Black Knight in Monty Python in the Holy Grail. That would be both. In fact, he lost all of them. I'm sure y'all knew that. Anyway, moving on to your bonus question one more time. A recent tech trend has bought millions of dollars to the tiny island of Anguilla, which owns the web domain .ai. Don't forget to be awesome. Y'all have a good night. We'll catch you next time. Peace.